Nigel Farage, you are slipping towards populism and extremism, and I don't think that is worthy of your political party. Yes, of course, I should thank Nigel Farage for his good advice on the future of Belgium. He's sorted out the future of the UK through Brexit, and we see where that's ended up for the UK.
Now it is possible to see evidence that Heath concealed the market's ultimate destination from the public. Back then, Europe's leaders were already making plans to merge all the economies and currencies of the common market countries. Here, from the 9th of November 1970, is a document prepared by two Treasury officials on the revolutionary implications of economic and monetary union. It should be noted at the outset that the plan for economic and monetary union has revolutionary long-term implications, both economic and political. It could imply the ultimate creation of a European federal state with a single currency. All the basic instruments of national economic management would ultimately be handed over to the central federal authorities. The document actually makes it clear that Britain under economic and monetary union could end up being less independent than any of the 50 states of the USA. That's something that nobody has admitted in public ever since, but it sits here in the National Archive waiting for anybody who cares to read it to discover. On the fringes there were significant doubters from both right and left, but they were dismissed as extremists by the establishment of the time, even though their arguments turned out to be sound.
Once again, the British nation is to be induced by trickery to sign away its birthright. When the proposal that Britain should join the common market was put forward in 1971 and 72, and again when at the referendum it was proposed that British membership should be confirmed, the public were told, officially and solemnly by the political parties, that the British Parliament would lose none of its effective power. Those who warned that the first step was being taken towards the political unification of Western Europe and the degrading of the United Kingdom to the status of a European province were laughed to scorn.
And could I point out to Mr. Powell that he did say, as he has confirmed, that we will not go into the common market, and we did go into the common market. And are you not just as wrong now as you were then?
No, sir, the British people do not mean it, because they still have not been able to credit the implications of being in the common market. They still think they will be a nation. They still think they will govern and tax and legislate for themselves. They are mistaken. It's not the fault of many of the pro-marketeers that they are mistaken, but it is a thing so incredible to them that I'm not inclined to blame them overmuch. But they will learn.
Ben, an ambitious radical, led Labour's anti-marketeers. He saw, earlier than most, the threat Brussels posed to the power of Parliament.
I issued a letter to my constituents in which I set out the constitutional changes that in future, whoever you vote for, you won't be able to change the laws that have been made, that Parliament can be overridden, and that actually you lose control of your own society and your own economy. It has always, in my mind, been a democratic argument.
The deal now is quite plain. These people say to their hearers, you can no longer rely upon yourselves, on the British electorate to reject the politics which you abhor. Your only safety, they now say to the British electorate, is that these matters be taken out of the hands of the British nation and entrusted to people who are wiser than the British. It is horrifying that this appeal is being so greedily absorbed and disseminated by large sections of the public. If the word fascist had not been so abused, I would be tempted to define that as a species of fascism.